Welcome back. Our countdown of the biggest trends in the luxury watch industry continues with a revolution in the function and form of timepieces. Although the great majority of watches still look and work just as they did centuries ago, a new wave of independent watch brands is challenging traditional notions of watch aesthetics and mechanics. There's still a niche, but one that's growing. MB&F, or Max Buser and Friends, believes a watch doesn't have to be round or square or look like a watch at all. They still tell time, of course, but that's beside the point. Their watches are more like mechanical worlds in miniature, kinetic art on the wrist or table. A lot of watch brands tend to take themselves too seriously about their history, about their heritage, and of course about their watchmaking technology, but not MB&F. And that's what I love about this brand. They never forget the important things about owning a timepiece, like joy, happiness, playfulness, and of course, imagination. The fifth element has 4 functions: the clock, thermometer, barometer, and hygrometer. The fifth element, meet Ross, the alien, who brings it all together to create these 5 elements. The spaceship-like piece is the latest in a growing collection of whimsical instruments, a collaboration between MB&F and Swiss clockmakers Lepay 1839. They may look like mechanical toys, but they're also precision instruments sought after by serious collectors. Advances in nanotechnology and materials engineering, and collectors willing to pay top dollar for something unique, have allowed watchmakers to stretch their imagination and defy tradition. It used to be the bigger and the more bling there was in a watch, the better. Well, that was before, because nowadays the trend in the watch industry is for smaller, slimmer, and more subdued designs. Except, of course, for Jacob & Co. Their watches are unapologetically excessive. Excessive in every possible way, including the price. The billionaire tourbillon watch we featured a few years back costs $18 million US. This year, Jacob & Co. released a budget version, the Millionaire in yellow diamonds for, quote, only $6 million. But Jacob & Co. is much more than just about diamonds. Their grand complication masterpieces, the Astronomia, Opera, and twin turbo models are, from a watchmaking perspective, unbelievable. The latest version of the twin turbo Furious is like having a supercar's engine strapped on your wrist. Everything about this huge piece is furious indeed, from the high-speed twin triple-axis tourbillon to the monopusher chronograph, the decimal minute repeater, cathedral gong, the smoked sapphire dial, even the case shape. A bit more classical, but equally insane, is the latest Opera edition, a mechanical watch/music box that plays the theme of The Godfather as you watch the triple-axis tourbillon, twin music mechanisms, and the mini Don Corleone dance gracefully beneath the oversized sapphire dome. Of their extreme grand complications, I find the Astronomia the most refined, for Jacob & Co. at least. The new Astronomia Maestro features Jacob & Co.'s mesmerizing gravitational triple-axis tourbillon, rotating under the sapphire dome in tandem with the Maestro, a miniature astronaut spinning on the dial. The minute repeater carillon of the new model rings like church bells on your wrist. Jacob & Co. and MB&F approach watchmaking very differently, but both are redefining the form and function of a watch as we know it. Personalizing is hardly new. The very first pocket watches were customized according to a client's needs. But in our age of mass production, that's no longer the case, though a few luxury brands have been able to find creative ways to personalize a watch without you having to spend a fortune to have it custom-made. For Omega, it was a brilliant idea of interchangeable NATO fabric straps.
I remember having discussed with Daniel Craig that he's a big watch aficionado. He's a huge lover of Omega watches, and we were talking about this, and he said James Bond would wear that watch with a NATO strap, and it's exactly what we've done. And from that point, we developed the whole range of, as I said, incredible straps that are the first step to your personalization of your Omega watch that you chose.
Omega has started with pop-up stores offering a wide range of NATO straps to pair with new or vintage Omega watches. Even Patek Philippe, not one to be carried away by fashion trends, is offering their 2018 Aquanaut model with a pair of rubber straps in bright orange and plain black. Next to straps, dials are the simplest way to personalize a watch. The Mille Miglia watch collection is of course named after the legendary road race in Italy. Well, this year Chopard releases the Mille Miglia in different dial colors, and I really love it. Green, for example, is for the British, red for the Italian racing team, blue for French, yellow for Belgium, and silver, the German team. These were the teams that competed in that early race. Smart or connected watch sales have finally taken off after a bumpy start. But up until now, the connected watch has been limited to technology companies and mass consumer brands, plus a few premium watchmakers like Tag Heuer. Hublot is the very first high-luxury brand to release a smartwatch. Hublot is a big sponsor of the upcoming World Cup in Russia. And to commemorate that event, they've released a very special timepiece. In fact, it's their first smartwatch ever, their first connected watch. And this is what it looks like in person. As the official partner of FIFA, the Big Bang referee will be used by the officials and referees of the World Cup. For everyone else, the watch will provide fan-related content and real-time info on all the matches. After the finals, the Hublot referee will function like a regular smartwatch.
I think we consider Hublot smartwatches more like a marketing tool, let's say. So today is the World Cup. Tomorrow we could imagine we are partnering with Ferrari to have maybe a Ferrari smartwatch dedicated to the world of Ferrari. This I am supposing at the moment, but it's not gonna be our core business. We will remain in the watchmaking art, respecting our art of fusion.
For now, the connected watch is just a one-off niche product for Hublot, but only time will tell if other luxury brands will eventually adopt the technology. Every year we come out with a list of the most interesting, the most groundbreaking, and the most talked about watches of Baselworld. Well, this year is no different. Let's start with the best dress watch for men, Breguet's elegant Tourbillon Extra Plat. There's so much to like this year, but if I could take home one watch, just one watch, it would be this one. It's Breguet's Tourbillon Extra Slim. Extra Slim meaning it's the thinnest tourbillon automatic movement for Breguet. Well, not just for Breguet, but in the entire world. What makes it even more desirable is the delicate enamel dial made using the original enamel powder from the 1800s, recently discovered at the Breguet manufacturer. For the ladies, choosing between Breguet's Reine des Nappes and Chopard's Happy Snowflakes was a tough choice to make, but the dazzling Snowflake 2018 edition takes the cake. We're amazed with the craftsmanship on the mother-of-pearl dial and the gem-setting techniques, both used to mimic falling snowflakes in winter. Patek Philippe's Aquanaut collection has been making waves in recent years, and the jumbo-size edition for 2018, the first Aquanaut with a chronograph, is our favorite. With a reference 5968, Patek captures the essence of sporty elegance perfectly, with a combination of rugged and refined features, a robust sports chronograph movement in a well-proportioned steel case, and an on-trend colored strap equipped with a newly developed fold-over clasp. It used to be if you didn't have the patience to wait for an available Nautilus, then you settled for an Aquanaut. Well, not anymore, because recent models of the Aquanaut have just been amazing, like this one. And in my opinion, this is the best so far. It's back-to-back for Patek Philippe in our top choices for sports watch. Though the reference 7150 in rose gold is anything but sporty, the column wheel chronograph movement and the larger dimensions qualify it as such, if only. The latest chronograph for active women with a yen for complicated timepieces is beautiful beyond words, so let's leave it at that. Our top pick for best value goes to a pair of sports watches that share more than just a passing resemblance. The new Rolex GMT Master 2 and the two-door GMT Black Bay are both made of stainless steel. Both sport in-house calibers. They share GMT dual time functions. Even the blue and reddish bezel with black dial are similar. And yes, Rolex and Tudor are owned by the same company as well. But twins, they're not. Rolex is better in every way, with a more robust oyster steel bracelet and case, more accurate in-house self-winding movement, and all-around better feel on the wrist. But both are destined to be collectible timepieces, and for the value they offer, they're priced affordably. After making our list last year with a trilogy box set of replica vintage watches, Omega does it again with a pair of limited edition Seamaster 1948 watches with spare NATO straps commemorating 70 years of the iconic marine tool watch. We already shared the details of this handsome pair in our last episode, but this is the only other thing you need to know. There's only 1,948 of each available, so order one quick. All watches on this list are mechanical, but we made space for one powered by Quartz. Longines follow up to their venerable line of Conquest VHP chronographs, which set records for precision in a wristwatch.
And now we came with this VHP. It took us almost 3.5 years to develop it. And I said, based on our former VHP, 84, I said to my friends, ETA, I want plus or minus 5 seconds.
Wow, a year.
I want perpetual calendar. I want a 4 to 5 year battery. I want very strong anti-magnetic resistance.
In other words, it's a watch you never have to work with, never have to fill it with. Just keep it on your
wrist. I wear it 1 year.
Next on the list is Hublot's Big Bang Tourbillon, crafted almost entirely out of super hard sapphire, the same breakthrough watch we featured earlier. It's not Hublot's only sapphire watch, but it's the first one to come with a tourbillon held in a strip of sapphire, an indication that watch components made out of the ultra-resistant material are coming next. We're excited to see how Breitlink's new Navitimer 8 chronographs will stand the test of time, but for now, we tip our hats to Breguet's 2018 edition and the Type 20 series flyback chronograph Aviation watch. The tried and tested timepiece was originally commissioned for the French Naval Air Force. The new edition in a 42mm gold case and vintage-style calfskin strap is as handsome on the wrist as it is practical for airborne missions. And finally, our best of show is the Patek Philippe Chronograph Perpetual Calendar with unique salmon dial, the third Patek timepiece to top our list 3 years in a row. We talked about the reference 5270p in the first part of our report, but to recap why we picked it, the grand complication is an impeccably crafted watch housing two functions Patek is legend for: chronograph and perpetual calendar. A highly versatile piece that's both casual and formal, classic and contemporary simultaneously. And with that vintage-inspired golden opaline salmon dial, a future classic and guaranteed collectible. And that's all for our coverage of Baselworld 2018. From Basel, Switzerland, I'm David Celdran. Thanks for watching.